There's nothing wrong with looking good. But when riding is your passion, it's performance that matters. Like having the off-road's most advanced suspension. It monitors input from driver and machine 200 times every second and automatically adjusts each shock to flatten corners, soak up the bumps, and handle the hazards. Confidence and control for those who live to ride. Polaris. Think outside.
Grab a gear into spring at 4WP with deals on tires, tops, accessories, and more. Take advantage of huge savings on BF Goodrich, Mickey Thompson, Falcon, and Goodyear. Transform your truck and save big with up to $750 back on select lift packages and save up to $200 on select soft tops. Grab a gear into spring and do your rig right at 4 Wheel Parts.
Racing's racing. Sometimes you finish, sometimes you don't, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It is what it is.
But hey, you made the finish line.
Heck yeah, that's all that matters, man. Thank you.
Soar over the dunes with the Sandblast by CST tires. This lightweight, dune-engineered tire delivers maximum flotation and high performance. The size and tread design of the front tire creates excellent flotation and turning ability, so transitioning from dune to dune is effortless.
Fastest growing segment for probably the last 10 years. This guy has been one of the leaders in that industry.
What these cars could do now is just really, really amazing. People want to go fast and not brake, and that's where we teamed up with Liqui Moly. Horsepower, reliability, and the maximum protection.
Extreme pressures and a lot of heat. We not only have an oil to suit those, but also an additive to protect the turbo systems. One of those products is going to be our MOS2 additive, a solid lubricant that goes inside the motor. It puts a load-bearing film inside the engine and protects not only your turbo, but all the moving parts inside the motor. Don't be afraid of losing your warranty. We have all the latest specifications. Dive into your service manual, look up the actual viscosity that it calls for, jump over to the Liqui Moly website, find the same matching product for your application, and you're good to go.
Rugged radios. Work, race, play.
Hey Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep the radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged radios, the authority in communications.
The all-new Apache by CST Tires. CST Tires' first steel-belted offering for the side-by-side market is designed for heavy loads, long trips, and smooth rides. With an aggressive, light truck-inspired tread pattern and ample sidewall protection, the Apache is built to withstand the toughest conditions. From dry desert lake beds to Rocky Mountain trails, the Apache will get you there. The all-new Apache by CST Tires.
There's nothing wrong with looking good. But when riding is your passion, it's performance that matters. Like having the off-road's most advanced suspension. It monitors input from driver and machine 200 times every second and automatically adjusts each shock to flatten corners, soak up the bumps, and handle the hazards. Confidence and control for those who live to ride. Polaris, think outside.
Racing's racing. Sometimes you finish, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It is what it is.
But hey, you made the finish line.
Heck yeah, that's all that matters, man. Thank you.
To qualifying out here at the inaugural running of Legacy Racing Association's Baja, Nevada. This is a 2-day event starting at Alamo and ending in Tonopah. And for the second day, we'll pick it up again at Tonopah and come into Bonnie Claire. Very excited about this race as it is an inaugural running, rather. And this promises to be a great weekend of racing. Qualifying rounds of the Unlimited Trucks and Class 1 have been finalized, so watch for those online at legacyracing.net. And coming up next, we're going to have the 6100 class. Travis Williams, your winner of the 4-wheel parts Desert Showdown. He's out here trying to get his bid for that #1 position here for Clean Air in qualifying here for this weekend's event. You'll see right behind me the trucks are lined up and ready to go. So we're going to get things started here. Stick around. I'm going to start announcing who's out here and who came to qualify. It's going to be an exciting day of racing right out here at the Legacy Racing Association's Baja, Nevada, the inaugural running. It's going to be a great weekend of racing.
Growing segment for probably the last 10 years. This guy has been one of the leaders in that industry.
What these cars could do now is just
I
really,
assume
really
sees that
amazing.
happening and
People
he'll
want to
stand
go
out.
fast and not brake, and that's where we teamed up with Liqui Moly. Horsepower,
kicking
reliability,
ass, Trevor, but
and
just
the maximum
once we
protection.
got going.
Extreme pressures and a lot of heat. We not only have an oil to suit those, but also an additive to protect the turbo systems. One of those products is going to be our MOS2 additive, a solid lubricant that goes inside the motor. It puts a load-bearing film inside the engine and protects not only your turbo, but all the moving parts inside the motor. Don't be afraid of losing your warranty. We have all the latest specifications. Dive into your service manual, look up the actual viscosity that it calls for, jump over to the Liqui Moly website, find the same matching product for your application, and you're good to go.
Nation. We're out here at qualifying. You never know who you're going to run into. I see Rob MacCachren out there. Rob, your son's out here racing today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. I know, being able to qualify has been a good thing this year. My son is riding with Brent Fox in a 6100 truck. It's for, his second race. So I'm super happy to be out here and glad to see we got qualifying going this year.
All right, very good. What do you think about Legacy Racing Association, the inaugural event out here? This is going to be continuing. So what do you think about Legacy?
No, it's awesome. Donald, Liz, the whole family, the whole Legacy people, I've always supported them. I know they work hard. They have a ton of passion, and it's going to be good. I'm not racing this race, but I'm super excited to go chase. Being 2 days, I've been over some of this course before. I was looking at Google Earth and checking it out, and I really wish I was out there myself. But I know, the people that haven't raced are going to really enjoy it, and I know it's going to be a lot of good competition. And I'm over here talking to people now, waiting for this 6100 qualifying to start, and everybody's excited and happy about it.
Well, very good. Is there any chance in your race program to be racing Legacy in the future?
Well, I want to race any weekend all the time, and right now our schedule has us doing races down in Baja, and I don't know, maybe next year we'd love to. My kid's getting more and more busy racing. He's doing work stuff in a UTV. We got him in a UTV down in Baja, and we don't know what'll happen here. So hopefully he keeps doing well. He's won a lot of races, and maybe we get him out here racing.
All right, very good. Well, looking out in this field, who would you say some of the top competitors are out there in this spec truck class?
Yeah, well, hopefully, my son and Brent Fox do really well. I haven't looked at the list. I know there's 28 of them,
yeah.
And I know there's at least 10 guys that have a chance at winning. And I don't know who's all on the list running, but hopefully Brent Fox and Caden do good, and hopefully qualifying is going to dictate a lot of that. But to be in 2 days, it's going to be exciting to see who comes out on top.
Well, you've definitely been racing for quite a while. Any retirement here in your future? I mean, are you just going to keep going?
No, really keep going. It's really, I've been racing for over 30 years, and it's almost it's the only thing I know what to do. So, everything for me it is slowing down a little bit. But as I said, my son, he's now 19, and he's getting pretty heavy into this. He's been very successful in the UTV. He's won 3 championships already, and in 2 years of racing. So, it's probably start passing the torch on to him. We'll probably race together or something for a while, and go from there.
All right, well, very good. Nice talking to you. Very good luck to Caden out there and the rest of the team.
Right on. Thank you, guys.
All right, there you go. Rob MacCachren, man, an off-road racing legend out here at Legacy Racing Association.
Got that. Talk to you. Hello, can you hear me? What are you looking about like 2 minutes? You come up on an even minute, then tell me it's you. 1206. Okay, so 2 minutes from now? Yep. 7-0 timing. Okay, Lee, so we're going to send the first one off in about 2 minutes. 10 I'm just going to turn left, then back up, and then go through again to the timing so they get plenty of water here. Copy, then you want to go over here by staging line and side spray that and then wash? Well, why don't I just do that right now? I like it. Probably less than 2 minutes from the start, everybody. Less than 2 minutes from the start. 106. Copy, Colleen. 3 seconds out. 30 seconds to start. 30 seconds.
All right, guys, going live again. We are out here at the second round of qualifying out here at Legacy Racing Association's Baja, Nevada. And out here, coming up next is the 6100s, the spec trucks. And Travis Williams, he's got the target on his back. He's going to be out there in the 6177 spec truck. Can he repeat his victory that he did at the Four Wheel Parts Desert Showdown? We'll find out here today. Some of the announcements, some other announcements to make out here. We got Caden MacCachren out there in the Fox sponsored truck out there. Top 4 qualifiers that will start here in the draw. Todd Jackson will be starting in the 6112 truck. Miles Miller in the 6188. And Patrick Witt in the 5191. And Travis Williams, the guy with the target on his back, 6177. He'll be out here, and can he get it done out here in qualifying so he can get that number 1 clean air spot that he desperately needs to keep the points lead going here on the second round here. So it's going to be exciting to see it. Over 28 trucks lined up to qualify, and it's going to be kind of tough for me. I'll be in the shot here at least once through the pan because we have to stand right here. I'm actually standing on top of a little mogul here to make sure that we have signal here for the live feed, and now cord's getting all tangled up. There we go. As we have a jet flying over, that's pretty interesting. We're just moments away from the start. The Liqui Moly, one of the sponsors out here, Rugged Radios, Wordco, BC Inc., Polaris, RZR is out here. Do we say RZR or Razor? Well, you know, we call them a Razor, so Polaris, Razor, one of the sponsors out here as well. And got a call here coming in on my list. And we'll get started here to qualify. And what I'm going to do is when the trucks come up here up the hill, I'm going to want you to hear their engine noises really coming here through this turn. You're going to see a lot of different strategies out here for qualifying. Will they take it easy? Lots of technical spots out here. You look behind me over here, we're calling this Spaghetti Bowl, and we'll get some good shots of that. And very technical. The truck's having a hard time getting through those very tight, twisty turns over there. You can see the rock starting to develop over there. The rock's coming up from the ground as each truck passes. So it's going to be interesting to see how they negotiate that terrain. Right here next to us, there's a couple of G-outs. There's a G-out right here behind the cameraman out of frame. And we have another G-out right here. So there's going to be a lot of technical sections and obstacles here to overcome for qualifying. Stick around. We're just moments away. continue his bid here in qualifying. He may pull off here. But we'll find out. Okay, it comes back to life. We'll see how that progresses through the rest of his qualifying run. Sounded like he was having a fuel delivery problem. Wow, let's try that again. Fuel delivery problem. That was quite an extensive run of the syllables there. All right, Patrick Witt coming up next on 6191. Now you can hear the roar of Todd Jackson here in the background coming into the Spaghetti Bowl, as we're lovingly calling it the Spaghetti Bowl. And I don't know if you can see why right there, as they definitely have to really, really focus on where they point that truck and mash it down right here. Because the elevation chains, accompanied by the traction challenges right there, you see the silt coming up. And let's take a listen here at 6191, Patrick Witt. And there you go. All right, Todd Jackson completing his run for your qualifying. Can he keep that truck up front? We'll find out. Results will be posted as soon as possible up to the website at legacyracing.net. You guys stay up to date. Legacyracing.net will give you all the play-by-play race action. With me here, Mark Wright, I'll be on the microphone all weekend long. Dodge Pullman will be joining me later from the studio. Be very excited to have that, and I'm assuming he'll be here for contingency tomorrow as well. Travis Williams, the winner of the first event, coming around right now. Right there, you can definitely hear the difference in driving style. Travis Williams in the 6177. And Patrick Witt now coming up into the drop down here just before the Spaghetti Bowl. And Miles Miller, you can hear his engine spooling up coming right here to the finish line. Travis Williams going over the back section here. I can hear a great difference in driving style there. Travis Williams a little more heavy on the skinny pedal. Coming up next, the 6195 Travis Chase. And Travis Chase will be the fifth of 28 trucks. That's right, you heard me right. 28 spec trucks here in 6100 class for the inaugural running of the Legacy Racing Association's Baja, Nevada race, a 2-day event. Let's listen in. Now Patrick Witt coming out of the Spaghetti Bowl sounding like he's having some issues too. Could just be a traction issue coming up that hill. A lot of the trucks were struggling in the parade lap. But Travis Chase, very aggressive. And you can see him all over trying to find the line that he needs to get that truck on top of qualifying. I'll make a prediction here. If Travis Chase keeps that truck together and on course, I'll be bet you that Travis Chase will be top 5 for sure. Coming up next, the young buck here on the Herling race, our 6th starting position, Joseph Herling. And you can see the Herling trucks now sporting a little bit different livery than they normally do in the past with the Herling logo. But now you can see it, Fusion Off-Road. And I do believe that the Herlings acquired this. Let's listen in. Joseph Herling coming up the hill. The number is 6150. Got to tell you, watching Joseph Herling in the past, very young gentleman out there, very capable driver, and you see there demonstrating some restraint on the skinny pedal right there as he G'd out coming into this right-hander right here in front of us. So can Joseph get this truck to finish here today? As I do believe, if I remember correctly, he recorded a DNF on the first round. But Jerry Herling coming up here in a couple more. But right now, on the starting line, Kirk Harkley, and then everyone's 6155. And then Jerry Herling will be right behind him. Bro. You can see the silt right there, really creating a challenge for the drivers. Great qualifying course that they have put together here with challenging sections. And that's definitely a different track than we're used to in qualifying. As you see, the number is 6155. Of Kirk Harkley now coming through. And coming up next, the dad of the 2 Herlings we have out here, Jerry Herling. Big shout out to the Herlings, making it possible for turn 2 and the production crew and yours truly, Mark Wright, out here to bring qualifying to you. The Herlings doing a great job making sure that you guys can have live track feed right here live from, I guess we're out here just outside of Las Vegas. I did catch the city as I was coming in. Apex? Near Apex, all right. And there was and it's really interesting place where we're at here. I can't tell if it's a quarry or something, but this is an operating business for qualifying, and it is awesome. As you hear the young Herling coming in right there, and you can see having some problems in the spaghetti bowl. That's where I was telling you. And let's listen in. Jerry Herling coming in right here into the first corner. And you can definitely see the distinct difference in Jerry Herling and young Joseph Herling. A little more restraint on the skinny pedal coming up here. Not necessarily saying that's slower, but sometimes you got to slow down to go fast. Very technical qualifying course that we have constructed here at Legacy Racing Association. So sometimes to slow down to go fast can be a little bit wiser, not just for equipment, as you see Joseph in the background as his father takes the qualifying course now. So it's going to be interesting to see how that shapes up. And if I got the story right, I'm saying this just what I heard, but newly acquired Fusion Off-Road, the Herlings now taking that over. That is unofficial, by the way. I just kind of heard that, yeah. So coming up next, the 9th starting position, Nate Martino in the 6126 truck. spec truck, 6100 class. Let's listen in. Nate Martino, very easy on that truck coming in here to the infield in the first few corners. And out here just coming out of the Spaghetti Bowl. I do believe it's going to be one of the green trucks. And that is Kirk Harkley finishing his qualifying round. And Nate Martino just airing that spec unlimited truck. I guess it's not an unlimited, so it's a spec truck class of 6100 because... Very good. Nate Martino. Wow, that's good to know. So Nate Martino now with a little more suspension, a little more engine, moved up from a 10 car. And that's quite a move because that is not a sideways move coming out of a 10 car into a more unlimited truck. Now these trucks are unlimited everything except the engine. So they're all running the same engine, and from the block they can change things like exhaust and fuel management and things. I don't even think they can change fuel management. I think they have to keep it exhaust. But these are regular trophy truck chassis. Let's listen in. And that's the 6158 of Jason Gaunt. And there again, you can hear the drastically difference in driving style as Jason on the gas, on the pipe, and keeping that truck spooled up, as I would think you would have to do as being a little lower horsepower than the unlimited trucks. The 6100. I think the key here is to keep the truck on the pipe and the RPMs high. As you see, Jerry Herling finishing his qualifying run. Next on the line with the number 11 draw, it's John Walker in the 6189 truck. We'll see him come under the Liqui Moly here in a few seconds. John Walker hard on the brakes here coming into the first right-hander. Gotta tell you, so far watching out here, I'm a big fan of Nate Martino right there. Very aggressive on the majority of the obstacles out here in qualifying. Oh, wow. Very good. It's going to be exciting to see how that young man shapes up here. Can he be the thorn in the top runner's side here, switching from the 10 car into a more unlimited class like the 100s? It'll be very exciting to see how his weekend shapes up. I wish him definitely good luck here into the race. Hopefully he has no mechanical gremlins or any problems in that truck. And I make a prediction definitely there he'll be in the top 5 if he's driving just like he just did. Really loving the Spaghetti Bowl. Very technical. Lots of silt out there. And coming up next, #12 start position, Andre Lorin in a 6184 truck, putting his bid in for that number 1 position here, with Legendary on the side of this beautiful 6100 spec truck. Andre Loren coming into that corner a little bit hot there. Up on the bicycle there for a split second. But that's what you got to do to qualify here against the top runners. 13th starting position, LD Smith coming up next. 61.33. As you see the trucks staged side by side, and we're only just now getting through the first run. So we're halfway there. The Toyo Tires sponsored 61.33. And you can see the difference in styles. Listening on LD Smith. What an incredible qualifying course the boys and girls here at Legacy Racing Association have put together. Everything pretty much right here in front of you in the bowl. The trucks only duck out of sight here for a couple seconds. I'm loving the nickname right here for the Spaghetti Bowl. That is a perfectly suited pronoun for that series of obstacles right there. And it looks like spaghetti because there's a lot of the roads there that they don't actually use, but very technical coming into it. As you'll see right here, the truck that's coming into the infield now, which leaving what appears to be a wash, and then we'll have to exit the wash going up the hill here to the right, and you'll see this truck struggling to make the chicane right here coming out of the wash. Boom, as you see the truck right there going up on the bicycle right there. Heavily on the gas because a very rocky situation going uphill. 61.20. John Walton on and off gas here, you can hear it. And each driver demonstrating their driving style coming here on this very technical qualifying course. So, young man that's no stranger to off-road racing, Todd Jorgensen, number 6144. Definitely one of the toughest competitors here in the 6100 spec truck class. He will be taking the number 15th draw right here. So can he better his starting position for Friday's race? Starting off, you guys, if I wasn't specific on the race, it's a 2 days race. 2 days of racing, starting off in Alamo, ending in Tonopah for the night. We'll take a break right there. Every car will finish and start the action bright and early in Tonopah, racing in to Bonnie Claire. I'll get it. Bonnie Claire. I got Bonnie straight. But Bonnie Claire, so it's going to be exciting to see the end results of a 2 day worth of racing. So Todd Jorgensen, 6144, making his aim at a better starting position. So Brent Fox out here, as you heard Rob MacCachren earlier in an interview tell me that his son is out there, Caden MacCachren, riding in there, 19 years old, following his dad's footsteps, getting into off-road racing. This is the way to do it. But Brent Fox, I said Brenny, but looking into the phone, that is a T, not an I. I'm sure I'm going to hear about that one. So Brent Fox here with young Caden MacCachren here sitting next to him. Got to tell you, very excited to interview Rob MacCachren. That'll go on my resume as one of the, definitely an off-road legend. Let's listen in. Gotta tell you, sitting here listening to the different styles and driving, Brent Fox coming through the first section, very smooth and properly conditioned to apply that skinny pedal. It sounded really good. Very smooth coming in here, even to some of the G-outs. That truck set up marvelously. And you can see Brent in the background here now coming through the faster section of this qualifying course. And still smooth as glass. So, and indeed, in an unlimited or more unlimited class like this, restraint sometimes can be the better of the two. You want to mash down and just get that truck sideways, but sometimes just getting the truck to set up as you saw that come through, that can be very fast as well. And as you see one of the trucks here coming to the Spaghetti Bowl, on the gas the whole time, and you hear it definitely hit the front skid plate there. That's Todd Jorgensen, but then you can hear it, Todd Jorgensen staying on the gas all the way up. One of the Brenthel entries right here. Finding a rock early in qualifying. And that's Brian Scheible. And Brian Scheible in the Brenthel 6100 spec truck. I learned how to say that the last race too. I used to say Brenthel until I hung out with the Brenthels. And they said it's Brenthel. So years and years of watching the Brenthel trucks out there and saying Brenthel, like with an O, but it's with an E that you say as an E, Brenthel. So officially on the microphone saying sorry boys for saying Brenthel for so long. All right. A little over halfway through. Starting number 18 with 10 more trucks to go. 6181. CR Gittair. I hope I said that right. Gittair. Gittere. Could be Gittair, because normally when a G is in that grammarly correct, it'd probably be Gittair. Let's go with Gittair, and then if they tell me it is Gittair, I'll go with Gittair first. So, CR Gittair out there. And if I do butcher the name, I apologize. Once I get to know you, I will know how to say it. And I guarantee at the podium, he gets on my podium, I bet he says how to say it. If I say Gittair and it's wrong, I bet he lets me know. You can hear CR in the background there, coming in to a more technical section where they drop out of sight here for a couple minutes. This is going to be one of those names, again, that I'm going to be corrected on. But I'm going to go with it. Starter number 19, Reed Dodenber. Dodenber. That's the way I'll say it. Dodenber in the 6139. 6186, rather. And you can see it on the side of the truck, Dodenber. Very aggressive coming here to the infield. I know you guys can't see through the dust right now, but this young man, just one of the most aggressive drives of the day so far here in the infield. Reed Dodenber, 61.86, just attacking this qualifying course. And indeed, a little problems going wide right there as he goes into the two of the longer straightaways we have on this qualifying course. And Brian Scheible just now finishing his qualifying run. Race Ritchie coming in. You can hear him coming by us right here. The number 6163 truck. And right behind him, we were talking about the McNeils. A dear friend of mine, longtime racing comrade. He's in the 21 position, Kelly McNeil. And we were talking about that truck, the McNeils everywhere. I'll just tell you right now. And you know what's crazy is, you can always tell a McNeil, in my opinion. You can always see a McNeil and you'll know they're, you can almost say, hey, are you a McNeil? And they'll say, yeah, sure. Perry McNeil. And then we were talking about how they all go through. Mark McNeil, his kid, TJ, Jason, Kelly, John, and then Lucas is part of the family over there. Everybody, the whole McNeil clan. And I mean, they're everywhere. But here we go, Kelly McNeil, your driver of record. Started off in the 7 trucks, racing 7S with him. We started off locally in Arizona, but Kelly's number will be running 6105, and he got the green flag. Cylinders was kind of cutting in and out there. Let's hope that's not the case. Let's just hope it a misdiagnosed on my part. So Kelly McNeil. Just a few more left. Trevor Harvey coming up next. And then Adam Householder right after that. Adam Householder, as you know, excuse the pun, a household name in off-road racing. I don't think I've ever been able to say that in the many years of off-road announcing with Mr. Adam Householder. Here we go. Trevor Harvey coming in. Trevor Harvey making his campaign for the top spot here in qualifying. As we see in the background, seven truck finishing his qualifying round. Trevor Harvey, 61.57 rather. Up next, Adam Householder, 39 on the side of that truck. A paint scheme that has been synonymous to his racing effort since day one that I remember. That blue and orange, very recognizable. So can Adam get his truck to the top of this qualifying heat? I know he has the skill to do it. Here we go, let's listen. See one of the trucks struggling here coming into the spaghetti bowl, struggling in that uphill coming out of that wash, which makes this qualifying course very challenging. And I could hear some of the competitors already saying it was pretty tough, but I always tell a competitor, if it was tough for you, it was tough for everybody else. And some racers complain that a little rough there for qualifying. Well, this is qualifying for an off-road event. As you see, Kelly McNeil already back from his qualifying run. And I'm not just saying this because he's a friend of mine, but that seemed to have been a pretty quick run. So Kelly McNeil, I wouldn't be surprised if he was up there in the top 5. Remember, everybody, you can find the results, legacyracing.net. You can find everything out on the website. Click on Baja, Nevada, the more info. It'll have all the links there for the schedule of events. This race going on. It's not too late to get out here if you're local here in Nevada, Arizona, or even from Colorado. Our cameraman Doug came all the way in from Colorado. Indeed, the wind did shift. Now it's coming back here to us. Was heading into southerly position. But now we're getting it right here. And we got only a few more left. That was Jordan Brenthel right there. The young man that I was telling you earlier. I was able to get their name. That's who I got it from. Jordan Brenthel. At the 4-Wheel Parts Desert Showdown. The very first inaugural event here for Legacy Racing Association. Yours truly able to be the announcer for that event. And this weekend's racing, all classes, bikes, quads, side-by-sides, trucks, cars. If there's a class, if you got a car, we've got a class for you. Sportsman, 1450, all of it right here at the inaugural running Legacy Racing Association's Baja, Nevada. Beautiful spec truck of Michael Pyle coming in here. 6122 is his number. And you can definitely hear the roar of that engine with a little more exhaust than most trucks. Michael Pyle not afraid to show you the flex. One more truck to go. And quality. I like it. Penultimate. All right. Very good. I'm learning verbiage over here. I like it. Our final run right here. Sarah, get the name. Valerie Clark. And do not have a number here. As I heard that John Cianci was not here. So Valerie Clark, she will end it for us here at qualifying. So I'm going to stand right here where I'm at because apparently if I move 2 feet from this little mountain that I'm standing on, we will lose live feed. So hopefully we had live feed the whole time. I'm very excited of today's qualifying. I've probably said it over and over and over. But here you go. Valerie Clark. Coming out of the Liqui Moly side, let's have a listen. So Valerie Clark, a name like Valerie, determining a young lady behind that steering wheel, in between the seat and the steering wheel of that truck. Can Valerie get that truck into top qualifying position to better her chance at winning the inaugural running of Baja, Nevada for Legacy Racing Association, of which I am very flattered to acquire this position here. And you can see the people already starting to head back to their chase trucks. As Jordan Brenthel just finished his qualifying run. And you can look out on the course right there, and definitely, as I told you, as the qualifying runs progress, you will have to deal with the dust, and it is not going anywhere anytime soon. The entire course now consumed in dust. You can hear one of the trucks just roaring to life coming up into the spaghetti bowl, and one of the trucks in the background having issues negotiating that uphill descent. And again, all the drivers left out on the course right now having to deal with the dust. And I would think that the truck that we just saw in the background coming in, that was Valerie Clark. On the rev limiter, you heard it there. You know, no matter what, to me, there's nothing better than hearing a spec truck, a trophy truck on the rev limiter. When you hear that rev limiter hit, and now I do believe our final competitor out on the track, Valerie Clark. And Valerie right now having to deal with almost no visibility out there, I bet. And there you can see Valerie coming into the wash. And I tell you what, she's not afraid to put that skinny pedal down to the metal. Oh! And look at this, Valerie Clark over on her side. I got to try to get out of the way. I hope I didn't. But Valerie Clark, our final competitor, having troubles negotiating. Been talking about all day. And I hope we got that. Well, I'm not.
Okay, yeah, everybody, if you can clean up anything, pull any markings, any debris left on the course, bring it in, please, and head on in. Great job, everybody. Everybody finished, it looks like. If anybody's going to get that side panel came off, they want it. Happen to see where it came off, Keith, so I can grab it on my way in. It's just above Rescue 11. Do you want me to get it down? I'll say yes. So, close.